When Kia first started selling cars in North America more than 20 years ago, I had just gotten my license and I was sure of one thing. I definitely did not want a Kia. And so 16-year-old me would be shocked to hear the following sentence. Kia's got one of the better compacts on the market right now. And that's no small feat. And the segment includes the Civic, the Focus, the Mazda 3, and the Jetta. There's no shortage of impressive options. But if that proves anything, it's that competition is good for consumers, and Kia has certainly taken that to heart. This year, the Forte stretches the definition of mid-cycle refresh with a new front end and new lights front and back, a fresh engine with a whole new sport-themed trim, plus a whole host of new options and features, all designed to get them a mention on that best of segment list. Up here you can see that the new headlights now extend all the way to the grille, and the fog lights have been moved inward to make room for these new air inlets. It gives it all a much sleeker, more finished look that I actually really like. Previously, the Forte was powered by a 1.8-liter engine, but this year it gets upgraded to the bigger 2-liter Hyundai New engine. And this is something that we've seen already in the Elantra and the Kia Soul since about 2012. That makes a couple more horsepower and torque, but manages 3 miles per gallon better in the city and 1 mile per gallon better on the highway than the 1.8. That puts the Forte numbers at 29 city and 38 highway if you go with the 6-speed automatic. The base LX trim does offer a manual, but that comes with a big penalty at the pump, dropping mileage down to 25 city and 34 highway. But this is the top tier EX trim, and it doesn't get the new version of the 2-liter engine. This gets a carryover version that it had last year, another version of the Hyundai New engine, this time making a pretty respectable 164 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, it only makes 25 city miles per gallon and 33 highway according to the EPA, and I'm easily able to replicate those numbers, but with power levels this low, it really should be able to do a lot better. Now, in between the base LX and this top tier EX trim sits the new Sporty S trim, and that will get you a sport-tuned suspension, adjustable drive modes, a larger 7-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus 16-inch alloys and LED running lights. And you'll also get the usual aesthetic sport upgrades like a leather steering wheel and shifter, a chrome exhaust tip, and a spoiler. And usually this is where I would tell you that the mid-level S represents the best value in the lineup. And at $19,300, it is really attractive. Especially when another $2,500 for the S Premium package will get you push-button start, a power sunroof, heated seats with 10-way power for the driver, LED lights and front fogs, plus lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic, and auto emergency braking with pedestrian detection. After all, some of those are features that the competition doesn't even offer. What worries me is that sport-tuned suspension. Now, this EX doesn't come with that sport suspension, but it's still pretty fun to throw around here. I mean, it's not as well sorted as the Mazda 3 or the new Civic, but it's not dead like the Corolla. The problem is, it's busy. As soon as you hit unbroken pavement, even without that stiffer suspension, it's bouncing all over the place. And if you push it through a corner with any type of speed, the rear end is going to jump right off the pavement as soon as you cross any kind of ripple or bump. Now, what this needs is more damping. And I'm just not sure that that sport suspension is going to give you that. I think they describe it as just being stiffer. So usually what they do is just stiffen up the springs and have some thicker anti-roll bars, and really that's just going to make this worse, not better. Okay, enough griping about suspensions. Let's talk about what's good here. This EX with the $4,500 Premium Plus package gets you navigation, all the safety systems I mentioned earlier, plus ventilated seats, xenon headlights, this power sunroof, and an auto-dimming rear, and you still walk away for just $26,500 with destination and delivery included. All that for a 5-star safety rating, a 17.4-foot turning radius, and a back seat that puts the admittedly better handling Mazda 3 and Focus to shame. It's the same story with the trunk. The Forte offers 14.9 cubic feet compared to the Mazda's paltry 12.4 and the Jetta's class-leading 15.7. You're not giving up much here. I mean, sure, the interior materials aren't the best in the class, but I'd argue that they're at least on par with the Focus, maybe even better. The same with the infotainment system. I mean, this isn't the best or the prettiest I've ever used, but it is up there, and it works. I mean, it's going to be obsolete in 6 months anyway, so who cares? So what's this mean? Well, it means the Forte is a legitimate contender in the compact crowd. Fix the suspension and upgrade the interior a little bit, they could even start making Honda nervous. For now, this segment comes down to the Civic, the Jetta, and yeah, the Forte. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. Hey, thanks for watching. For full details on the 2017 Kia Forte, just click the link in the description. You can head over to CarGurus.com and read my full review. And for videos of some of the competition, just subscribe to the channel.